Hello guys, and welcome to this new video. I wanted to make a video to tell you guys about one of my recent sexual experiences. The reason why I want to do a little story time about this, when I've already talked about like what it's like for me to have sex since having this surgery. Like I recently made a, first time having sex video. So why make another one? The reason for that is I made sure to tell you guys that the experience that I had was not like ideal, right? Like there was, difficulties of it being something new that I hadn't experienced, but I anticipated that it would be possible to have a better experience if conditions were better, if I had understood everything, and that it could be much better. So I had such an experience, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about that. This could be helpful if you are someone considering this surgery, to kind of get a feel for what a sexual experience would be like, or if you're someone who has a trans partner, you might be interested in knowing this, so that you know how you can approach the situation. So what I can say is that for the most part it would be exactly the same as you would go about having sex if you had been born with a vagina. And that goes for how you treat yourself and how your partner can treat you. Everything that they know from previous experience, sexual encounters, whatever, they'll be able to take that knowledge and apply it. Everything will work the same. They can touch you in the same ways, and it'll be good. So that's something kind of neat, that like you don't have to like ask for special treatment, if you know what I mean. Like you don't have to give people like a disclaimer like, oh, do this, not this. Like it pretty much is straightforward. Like everything functions the same as it would if you had been born with it. So there's that. The only thing that I would note is that depending on who does your surgery and how your specific outcome is, you may need varying degrees of lubrication. Some post-op trans women are able to have enough natural lubrication in their vagina to, just have sex, or like you get turned on, sorry, and then you get wet, and then you're able to have sex, and you're good. There's no, you don't have to implement anything along the way. Whereas some women will never be able to just go and have sex. Like you'd have to lubricate first, just like KY jelly or whatever you prefer. It doesn't really matter that much. So that being said, for me personally, I found that I don't really need it, but that I do like it, I do prefer it, and the thing for me is that it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to have like this big bottle of lube and go like, well, you better put this on, like hold the phone everybody, we can't have sex right now because we've got to do all this stuff. It's not like that. Like you could put just like a little bit of lube, like a very small amount, like just on your finger, and then you can just rub that on the area, and like whatever, do that when you go to the washroom or whatever, if you don't even want them to know that you're doing it, and just be prepared in advance, or in the moment you can just grab it and do it. It doesn't really matter, but it's not a big deal. How necessary that might be, again, depends on your specific situation as well as your preferences. Like, it depends, like, how you like it to feel, right? You're gonna change your experience. So, aside from that, then just it's just regular sex. It's just regular penetrative sex, the same way that anyone would have sex with a penis and a vagina, right? Like, easy as that. So that's great, and honestly, like, was for me like a big relief. Like I didn't want things to be weird at all. Like, I just want everything to feel normal, right? I don't want to be like something else. I just want to be a regular person in that regard. So it's good that there's not like some checklist that you have to like go through, or like some big ordeal. But this time I had a really, really, really good experience. Like, because again, like, it matters the situation, it matters like the partner, and like, you know, the size differences. Like, it's going to affect the experience that you have. And just like last time, my dilation, the amount excuse me, sorry, I had to cough a bit. I'm having like bad allergies today. So anyway, last time my problem was I wasn't dilating enough. I wasn't doing it. I was missing dilations, and the partner that I was with, they were too large in that regard. So it was a bad combination, and it made things not work. So this time that was not a factor. I'd been on top of my dilations, and yeah, it went really, really good. Like, I had a really amazing time. Like, zero problems, zero complaints, nothing, no bad side. It didn't hurt. It wasn't, like, it was good. It was really good. That being said, I don't want to like make that be an endorsement for this surgery. I don't feel that you should pursue the surgery unless you feel that you have genital dysphoria that is bad enough.
You have an email.
That. If you don't experience genital dysphoria, then it's probably not worth the trouble. Like, the amount of effort that it is to go through the surgery and do all the aftercare, and, you know, just everything that comes with it. It's a lot. And I don't want to be telling people like, oh, you're gonna have this amazing experience that you could never. No, it's like, I'll be honest. I prefer the feeling of anal sex to vaginal, and that's not like an insult to this experience. It was really, really good, but it's just that I love anal a lot, like a lot. It's so, I mean, for me at least, it's like a comparable, but, you know, it's not like it's not far superior or something. So if you're doing it just for like thinking you're like missing out on like some female experience that is like the greatest thing ever, it's like, no, because you're already getting as good or better an experience with anal. And even cis women report that they can more reliably reach sexual climax through anal sex than through vaginal penetration. The reason for that is that with a vagina to have an orgasm, a very important part is clitoral stimulation. And if you have none of that and it's just penetrative sex, then it makes it a lot more difficult to achieve orgasm than if some stimulation was included with that. Or even the clitoral stimulation on its own. The penetration isn't a necessary component. So yeah, I mean, take from that what you will, like good experience, all happy, no complaints, nothing critical of it to say whatsoever. And I'm very happy with the experience I had. But at the same time, it's not like a way up on a pedestal so much better than everything else experience. It's just, you know, something I've been waiting a long time for, something that I've been working for a long time. So like, yeah, it's really good to have that moment, but it's not like, oh, this is the only way to have sex from now on, I could never go back to anything else. It's like, no, I'll still want to do everything I've been doing up until now, right? So that's my story. I hope that maybe gives a little bit of a better perspective compared to the last video. Now you have like a not so great experience and a really great experience. So thanks, guys. And before I go, don't forget to check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/DMR. That's patreon.com/DMR. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and you can support all of the video content that I'm doing, the journalism, the photography, all my online work, and you can see links to all of that there at patreon.com/DMR and get rewarded.